Oh my god. So day 4, and I am exhausted. Everything hurts. But try to eat healthy. I went and got a bunch of grapes, so I've been eating those. Had a peanut butter sandwich. Got myself some chocolate milk. So feeling a little bit better after my long day. So this morning I woke up and I already did a video. I talked about like my disability. Like I was in so much pain this morning, but I managed to hobble through. I did the Secrets of the Tour for the Chateau Laurier. Really good tour. Highly recommended. I did a video on that earlier today on how to get cheap tickets. Our tour guide, Caleb, was amazing. He did such a good job. And so the tour isn't really like a ghost tour, like even though they're haunted walks in Ottawa. There was only like one ghost story. So it's more just like taking you a little bit behind the scenes. So you got to see some of the ballrooms, explained about the special entrance for the Governor General and Monarchy when they come to stay here, because there's like a whole special suite specifically for them. There is a famous portrait here of Winston Churchill that was stolen like just a couple of years ago and only just returned last year. Like basically somebody stole it, this guy from Ontario stole it, and nobody noticed for a while until when an employee finally did realize that it wasn't the same frame, and then realized it was a photocopy. Someone had replaced the photo with a photocopy and replaced the frame. So then eventually it ended up in the hands of an Italian collector who didn't realize that it was stolen. They had bought it from like a London auction house, so they ended up returning it to the hotel. So now it's under better security, and you can find it in the Zoe's Lounge. So they talked about, you know, like, I can't really tell you all the stories like that, but like I said, they kind of take you around and just tell you some different stories and show you like the ballrooms and everything. So that was really fun. I met the hotel dog, Stuart, very cute black lab. I think it's a black lab anyway. And then they're celebrating World Bee Day today. The hotel has beehives up on the roof. So they had a bee display, and then they were showing off how they have like specific honey that you can buy in the gift shop that I guess they use in some of their food in the hotel. And there was like a woman that I talked to for a few minutes. She was showing me all of her products that she makes with honey, so it was really cool. Anyway, so then I ended up grabbing lunch from the cafe downstairs, $12 for a breakfast sandwich, but it's a big breakfast sandwich. I will give them credit, it is massive. And then I got like this little chocolate cake thingy, and it was really good. So anyways, I ended up pulling myself together, and I went to the Nature Museum. Not the Museum of Natural History, but the Museum of Nature. Sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. Don't sneeze. That was cool, but it kind of depends on what you're into. Like, I found it really interesting. The first floor is the dinosaurs. Like, who doesn't like the dinosaur bones? That was really cool. And they had, like, all this little film that, like, explained how the dinosaurs died when the asteroid hit the Earth and stuff like that. And it was called Extinction, which just reminded me of the Disney World ride Countdown to Extinction, though I think I prefer the Disney World ride, because this was, like, kind of depressing. Like, it really explains what happened when the asteroid hit the Earth. Like, we'd be doomed. We'd be absolutely doomed if that happened now. And then they had a special exhibit on the basement floor, which was, like, all of these live bugs. And it's crazy. I got film of it, and I'll put it up later. But, like, they have, like, this whole, like, glassed in enclosure, because you actually can stand and look over top, which is just weird. I'm surprised they have like an open top for the ants. I guess they can't climb up the glass, but like all of these leaf clippings that they give these fungus ants or something, and they climb up this tree into like a glass enclosure, taking all the leaf clippings with them, and you can watch them walking along the tree branch that goes into this like sort of like these different balls, like these glass balls or whatever, all set up, and then they're like building and creating this weird black, almost like black paste or something that creates their environment for them. And you could see all the pieces of the leaves and then chewing it up and creating this, I guess this like fungus or whatever the hell it was. But it was just crazy watching all of these ants. And there was all these other living bugs and tarantulas and stuff like that. And then they had an area that you could go into. You have to, when you get your ticket, you have to actually pick the times that you go into the 2 special exhibits. I didn't know this. I thought they were like ones you paid extra for. So I didn't add the times, not knowing. But the lady let me in. It was just a little butterfly exhibit. So I went in. It's like the butterfly conservatory. All the butterflies running around. And then, okay, so that's on the main floor. And then there's also like a theater with some shows that you can watch. I didn't do those because they were done. Second floor was like an animal exhibit, but it was like all the stuffed animals and stuff like that. And then the other side was the ocean exhibit. Ocean exhibit was really cool. They have a massive whale skeleton like right in the middle of the display. The thing is huge. Unfortunately, the touch tank was closed, but that's okay. I kind of feel bad that people are like harassing these poor little starfish. Third floor was like a geo-mineral rock, like a earth display and stuff like that. Most of the stuff was broken. Like, it was kind of unfortunate. There was a really funny video where there's like 3 different videos, and this little cartoon guy explains how rock formations, like the geodes and stuff like that, get changed by different, either being compressed or shocked or like heat. And it was so friggin' funny. I was laughing my butt off. Like, for something that is made for kids, I was still laughing as an adult. It was pretty funny. So if you can go find that video, it's in French and English. But go and find it, and you can pick the different, and he, like, does these these cartoons. It was so cute. The geodes were really pretty, and then there was a bird section, there was, an Arctic thing. I didn't find that interesting. I didn't do the man who planted the tree exhibits or whatever the, trying to think what else was there. There was the birds, there was the, yeah, I don't know, there was, I mostly found the dinosaurs interesting anyways. Yeah, most of it was just kind of blah. So anyways, I ended up finishing up there, and I looked at their, like, boutique. They have a cafe there, but the food wasn't really that great. So I ended up coming back, and I had to go I dropped my car off with the valet, and then I had to go over to the shopping mall because I needed another shirt. The weather here has been so freaking cold, and I packed a bunch of shorts and dresses. I can't go out in dresses. It's too freaking cold. So I didn't have enough tops, so I had to go buy another top. So because of my day when I'm going home, I don't care. If I'm wearing another shirt that I wore, like, who cares? I'm in my car by myself for the next 7 hours. But Thursday, I don't have a top to wear Thursday, so I had to buy a top. And then I picked up this and like grapes and chocolate milk and some other stuff. So just from the grocery store. So that was my day. And by the time I got back, my feet were killing me. I had to shove them in the cold shower again. I am so exhausted. Everything fucking hurts. So, thank God I brought some, gardening. Some soft gel gardening, if you know what I mean. I can maybe take that tonight and see how I feel in the morning. So that was my day. Tomorrow I have appointments set up to go to the immersive Parliament experience, and then I will try and hit maybe the Diefenbunker tomorrow. So, because once I'm done the Parliament thing, I could probably come back here, have some lunch, and then get my car and head out, because it's open till 3 o'clock. So I think I'll do the Diefenbunker tomorrow. Because the History of Natural, a Natural History Museum, which is across the way in Gatineau, apparently that takes an entire day. So I figured Thursday I will go and do that. So I'm not going to have time to do the War Museum. I'm not going to have time to do the Aerospace Museum, which sucks, because I really wanted to do those as well, but I just don't have time. It's just, I push myself too hard as is, having to do, so, but I think I've done pretty good, considering. I think if I end up getting all those things done before I go, I think I'll be pretty happy with that, so.